Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has his day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard.
Coming close to me, flow is on atomic. I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we balling out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring. Don't try us. They know in between. We go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym. This is target and practice. Yeah.
And I'm just getting started, get my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret.
All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
FQPL4 action. Bardon Latrobe today host Ripley. Is it Ripley Valley FC? The Valley. Joined today by my ever long-suffering, lack of golfing partner in crime, Ross Parker, Senior VP of the club. How are you, Ross?
Great, Ryan. Great to have you back, mate.
Yeah, I had a bit of a sabbatical, but couldn't miss a day like today. So, Ross, what are we looking out for today as we face Ripley Valley?
Well, a massive game today, Ryan, with Ripley Valley in 10th place, 4 points behind us, but with 2 games in hand. You might say this is a classic 6-pointer in terms of us staying in the division.
Well, let's make sure we get that home victory. Today we'll go for through the lineup today, Ross.
Yeah, strong team today for Bardon, Ryan, with a few injured players returning. Going through the starting 11, Robbie Weaver retains his place in goal. Perkins back, but probably not fresh enough to start. Back 4, pretty consistent the last few weeks. Matheson on the right, Gold on the left, Gulo and Teresi in the middle. And then we'll be persisting with the 4-4-2 here with the flat 4. Duncan Keogh looks like on the right. Alessio Cabras back. Both of those players missing last week on the left. Tyler Mappery and Chris Nichols renew their partnership in midfield, which has been a real highlight the last month or so. Up front, unfortunately, Josh Campbell, bit of a niggle last week in his knee, misses out. Jack Panther starts next to Perez.
And Panther gets us underway here. And that one's going to go out near Matheson. We have the lineup for Ripley, and we will go through that and work out positions as we go through the game. Ripley in their change. I'm going to go turquoise kit today, Ross. I've been thinking long and hard about how I describe that shade.
It's fresh, isn't it?
Certainly is, minty fresh. So I think we've got Hannant and Holden up front. Actually, it looks like Chesterfield and Holden up front. Which means the 9 plays in midfield. Josiah gets to that one. Flicks it onto the returning Keogh. And there is that number 9, Hannant. Josiah picks it back up again. Probably fouled there. So Ripley finishing currently about 10th in the league, you said, Ross?
Yeah, 10th place on 10 points. They've been certainly up and down this season. Last year started slow and then picked up points towards the middle of the season, finishing mid-table. They've been in this league a couple of years, certainly a strong side.
Key over that one and tries to direct a shot on goal onto Whitney's goal, and tried to probably rely on the bounce there of the pitch, but no joy. Matheson's underneath this one, and he doesn't often miss. Good defending, don't let it bounce.
Make sure, you might say.
I usually say. I'm getting to the catchphrases too soon. So Ross, obviously meeting on this wonderful winter's afternoon at Bowman Park. Can you remember the last time these sides met?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the quiz is back. The quiz is back.
I'm so underprepared. Ripley, one club that I seem to always miss. I think this is the first time I've actually seen the game between these teams. But
they haven't met on many occasions, so
yeah, pretty young club. If I remember correctly, they were coming up through the leagues. I'm going to say 3 years ago, maybe 4. So I would say it would have been 2020.
It was indeed 2020. Ross, you got there in the end as Panther comes down and gets on this one. Bit of dust kicks up off the Bowman Park pitch. A little bit dry out there at the moment. And Cabras can't get around his defender. And Vaughan will complete the clearance for Ripley. Teresi's going to pick this one off for Bardon. Go back to Weaver, who continues in goal. So it was the COVID-affected 2020 season, you may remember, with a few amount of games played. So we only played them once, and it was away. 3-2 loss.
Oof, not a bad result, actually.
Ripley ended up in the top-tier competition, and we played off for the plate.
Oh, is it that year?
That year. It's a good ball through. I think he's onside still. The linesman indicates he is, and it comes back to Holden. Keogh picks it up now. And Perez is an option forward of Cabras, and Cabras kicks the ground and looks back at the Bowman Park pitch. So Chesterfield's the skipper with the ponytail. Wilson holds back Cabras. So this is the getting round to the quiz question for that game, Ross. 2 goal scorers that day for Bardon. So we've got a little look at the foul here.
No,
is that
the Bowman tackle? Not the first, won't be the last to be tackled by the pitch.
2 scorers that day for Bardon. 1 still playing in the team.
That'd be Flynn Ovenden, wouldn't it?
Incorrect.
Jack Gullo.
Incorrect. But he was one of the 3.
3?
That was playing that day.
Was playing. Teresi?
Was
Surely.
the other player that was playing that day, but obviously didn't get on the score sheet. It wasn't that.
Aussie Boardman.
Aussie Boardman, of course. The club captain on the bench today as he recovers from his injury. So Tyler Mapry continues as on the pitch captain, and that shot's high and wide.
Yeah, welcoming back Duncan Keogh today after being away yesterday. Ball just bobbled on him as he was whipping that in. He's been in good form, Duncan, before he was concussed in the game here a couple of weeks ago. It was a pretty average challenge by the Brighton goalkeeper.
Well, Perez with a great amount of pressure there on the centre-back. Nichols comes up with it. Mapry plays it in at speed to Pantu. Can't control that one. Not many would be able to. Talking of players in form.
He's won
And
a
that's
free
one
kick
in the
there.
back from Panta.
So Panther, obviously a very different type of striker to Josh Campbell. You see the replay here. He's strong, but he's not obviously as big. Probably wants the ball into his feet rather than into his head and his chest. But he's won a free kick there with a challenge coming through his back, and couldn't have placed it better.
Well, with Keogh, who scored a free kick a couple of home games ago. Over
Belter,
this
wasn't
one.
it?
It certainly was. Captured brilliantly by the stream team. So Whitney in goal might have his work cut out here if Keogh can keep it on target. And he does, but it's straight down Whitney's throat.
Bit of whip, but just not quite the direction. Try and get those into the corners.
Teresi does well. It's got a long-range effort there and tried to catch Weaver off guard. It was Galt, number 4. Short roll out to Gullo. And number 6, just talking to Jack's mother. She's a big fan of the stream and the commentary, Ross.
Nice.
But she's here today to support her boy. And she said she's going to put her headphones in, which was quite nice. Here's Gold whipping it to the back post where Whitney collects and Keogh avoids another heavy contact with the keeper. It's nice to have a fan. If you are enjoying the commentary, please leave comments below if you're on Facebook or on YouTube. I'd just love you to give your words of encouragement. Any thoughts on the game?
Oh,
Thoughts on Scotland's abject performance last night? All welcome.
disappointing, wasn't it, Ryan?
Not if you're an England fan.
That's a bit much. Yeah, they weren't playing.
It's always nice to see the old enemy go down. And there's Teresi looking for his options. Goes inside to Gullo. Got a goal, Ross.
What's that?
Scotland got a goal
Oh, it did.
without a shot on target. It's impressive.
That was a decent own goal too, wasn't it? It's a
Certainly
finish.
was.
Not much worse could have gone wrong, according to Sines. But Germany just look good, don't they? Home team. I think there'll be a few bets going on them after that performance, Ryan. Jamal Musialia, is that how you say it?
I'm glad you picked that one up first, Ross.
Jamal Musialia. What could it be for England, eh? What a player.
Well, we'll let that one go, as we did when he had the opportunity to have him play for us. The wonder kid. Gold snaps in there and looks for Panther. Headed clear. One's a bit aimless from Gold. Well, if our friend Josh McKee from Vito's watching, I do want a final word on what the colour this kit is. I might message him. What's the official line on this?
Well, it's blue, Ryan. Do you want the hex?
Yep.
Well, I think tactically, Ryan, if I'm not mistaken, we've got two teams in 4-4-2 here. Bardon with the flat midfield 4 and Ripley Valley with a diamond. Lots of movement from the Ripley Valley midfielders. They seem to be interchanging in that diamond fairly freely. Not a lot of width either side for them other than the fullbacks. So it should be a case of our wide midfielders just being aware when their midfielder goes into the central areas, tracking them, and making sure that our two centre midfielders don't get overloaded. But there should be a big opportunity going the other way for us. It should be quite easy to get 4-on-4. So, and a good opportunity for our fullbacks as well to get forward. Probably back Andrew Gold is the more offensive-minded fullback. Blake Matheson more of a centre half playing right back. But let's see. So let's just go down the left-hand side here and win a foul. Thank
free
you.
kick there.
Big thanks to the pole.
You see, delighted to have our man cave flags out as well, but that kind of obscures us as well. Might have to relook at the positioning of those next week. Certainly setting our cameraman a bit of a challenge today down this side.
Still well though, he's got the ball in there.
Of course they are, professional as ever.
And see skipper Chesterfield coming across to have a chat to the coach.
Getting a drink, I think, Ross, was his biggest concern. Sends out some platitudes, strikers will. Defending a corner as Mapry whips that into the back post. There's Gullo. Oh, headed it back across goal and no one was there to turn it in. It goes all the way across the goal. It finally does come out.
That's so unlucky. How did that go in? Looked like he had an angle on the header, but it was probably a little bit too square. You see the replay here. Great whip, back stick, does everything right. And it's actually, yeah, the angle's coming backwards, isn't it? It's a cutback. But no one taking a gamble there for Bardon's perspective, unfortunately.
Chesterfield and Soteradis do well there. It comes to Galt, who had a hit before. Goes back outside again. I think it's Soteradis. Finds it back inside to Holden. He's crowded out. Bardon do well in defence. This one over there sitting on the cricket pitch, Ross, watching the game. That's nice to see. Make use of that wicket. Sat there in his camp chair and almost catches the ball.
Oh, nearly. Bit of a half effort, wasn't it? But he's got the ball for us, so that's nice.
Long throw in there. I think that's Soteradis again. It's going to come to Weaver, who'll collect. So it might have been the centre-back that came across to take that one. It was number 12, Zenjay. Asset for Ripley, a long throw.
Blake Matheson's got a bit of a long throw too, Ryan, since he's moved to fullback.
We'll see it here. It goes effortlessly into Josiah Perez, and the defender, uncertain of his clearance, goes back to his keeper inadvertently. Wilson gets that one long as some dogs take over at Bowman Park, on a leash, I hope. Here's Nichols, your player of the week last week, Ross.
Yeah, he's been
Well, he
really
tried to
good
find
form.
Panther, but I think he'd gone a bit early.
It looked like he might have been back on side there. It's unfortunate, but yeah, Chris Nichols has really come into his own.
Goal, brilliant header.
Great partner with Tyler Mapper in midfield.
Tireless workers, the pair of them. Cabras just struggling on that pitch again to find his footing. A bit sandy out there, Ross. A bit like the President's golf round today, I hear. And here's Matheson.
I saw him on the 10th tee on the way here, Ryan, and gave him a massive beep as he was about to hit his tee shot. I hope that put him off.
Well, it doesn't take a lot. Didn't take him a lot to get onto that golf course either. Ripley come up with the ball and it's Galt, and he looks for that ball through to Holden, but that'll come through to Weaver. Essentially got some Ripley fans in the comments, tagging their friends to let them know it's on. We appreciate that. Goal gets that into Perez. Zenjay does well at the back. Not tallest centre back you'll see, but climbed well there. So it's Ripley ball. Capras competes. And Galt wins that header. There's Gullo. Looks for Panther, that's over the top. Interesting, Panthers get the start up top today. I think he's been looking for Ross.
Yeah, exciting player. Last week probably just didn't get the opportunities to get a shot off, but I think he might be the best finisher in the team. Ryan, if he gets a chance, you fancy him to bury it.
Well, here is Wilson, number 6. Goes home. This is McDermott. His ball through, can't find Wilson, and now Perez is in a little bit of space. Looks for his options. He goes for that raking ball across to Keogh. I think he's going to get there, Ross. Good recovery tackle from Soteradis, and it's going to be a corner, I think, signalled. We pick up some of the commentary out there with that directional mic from the stream team, and Ripley unhappy with the awarding of that corner.
Really good ball there from Josiah Perez.
I wasn't sure it was on, and he had to hit it well, and he did, to be fair to him. I'm not sure it would have been the same outcome if I'd have tried to play that pass, Ross.
You would have had a shot from there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it was on. Here's Tyler. He's going to cut it back to Gold. We've seen this corner worked a few times from Bardon, and unfortunately, Gold on the run can't control that cross. Looks back down at the ground. We might see that a bit today from the sides out there.
So the 1-2 from the corner. Yeah. I think that was supposed to be a cross, and he's just miscued it.
Keogh tries to flick it on to Perez. It's picked up here by McDermott. Goes out wide. I think that's Soteradis again, breaking forward from fullback. And Tyler Maffrey gets in well, plays it to Keogh.
It's like Keogh and Cabras have swapped wings.
Nichols comes out wide to Gold. This is what you were talking about Gold potentially getting forward more from fullback as well. Maffrey into Nichols, going to turn into trouble. Maffrey snaps in and finds Perez. Perez whips it into the middle. That's not going to find Panther though. Bit of a tame shot. Cabras might come up with that though. And does. Cabras with good skill. Testing Sodoradis. Marshals him well. Comes back to Matheson. And Ripley come out with the ball. And Golo in there, flying in with a tackle. Just seen a bit of a theme of our year. And Galt comes up with the ball for Ripley and looks for a first-time ball through to Holden. Teresi stands him well, but it's come back to Holden, and Weaver comes out, but Holden should have scored. Was there a save on that one, was there?
It sure was.
As we get a little visitor for the commentary box.
Oh.
Great ball through. Holden does well. Teresi slips a little bit and then goes back outside again. And you're calling a touch there? Well, it's a corner, so there must have been.
Yeah, good save there from Robbie Weaver. Good ball. It was just a little bit on the break. We lost the ball in transition there. One ball forward, and all of a sudden, Teresi on skates. Bit of danger there for Bardon.
A special guest today in the commentary box. One future Matilda. And Ripley are going to whip this one in. Goes near post. Weaver does well.
Delivery.
And Perez clears. There was a lot of bodies in the box in front of him, and he did well, the keeper. So it's whipped back in again, a mean whip, and that comes to Weaver. Oh, Keogh there could have done a bit better. Loads of time.
It's a good ball out wide.
Every time that's on. Gold now goes down the line to Keogh. Perez back to Gold. Work it well.
Good delivery.
Goes back post. There's Cabras waiting. Can he find a teammate? Goes for Mapri, and that's blocked, I think, by Holden, who might be doing... No, it's Crack. We haven't mentioned much today yet. Here's Vaughan. It's play by Ripley, and commentator's curse as Hanant's ball forward is aimless. Keogh with a little Megs, but it doesn't reach Perez, so it doesn't count. So Vaughan steps inside of Keogh's shackle, finds Sodoradis. Matheson's going to go down the line, and Panty didn't want it there, so bit of a misunderstanding between the two. Ripley with a bit of possession in their own half. Matheson steps in and plays it off Galt. Chesterfield does well there and finds Galt. Holden was offside. The linesman's given it as we have another plane go across Bowman Park.
See replay here. Good ball forward with a late run in, but yeah, he's
gone too early.
Miles off. But a goal kick given, but he didn't play the ball. This diamond's causing a little bit of problems for us, Ryan, and I'm not sure that our wide midfielders are picking up the right man without the ball. I think Duncan Keogh's starting to work it out a little bit, but they've got an extra man in midfield, Ripley, causing a bit of problem. They're carving through us rather than around us, trying to get one of the front two in behind.
Here's Keogh, picks it up well, finds Panther inside. Oh, Panther, I think he tried to let that go across, and then he's going to have a dig, which comes off the back of McDermott.
Both feet, Jack Panther, you can see there, just as competent on his left. Plays the ball in, a little bit of a bobble here just as he's about to play it. But luckily, ricochets back to him. He's only had one thing in his mind there. Decent strike, deflection, corner.
Well, I'll endorse any striker to have a go. You know that, Ross.
Striker, midfielder, anyone really.
Well,
You love a
sometimes
shot.
Sometimes my fullbacks get up and I don't want them to shoot. Here's Gold. Shout out Jono Chambers, and Perez got onto that, and then there's Teresi. Marcus Teresi has put Bardon Latrobe ahead on the 23rd minute after a bit of a bounce around in the box. Wonderful finish from the defender, who I was only just criticising for not getting on the score sheet before.
Left foot volley too. This might be a collector's item, Ryan. Decent ball in here from Gold.
Bounces
Good
around.
header there from Perez, and it's just fallen lovely at the 6-yard box.
Cool
for the big
finish
centre back.
for the Bardon Chiellini, self-described.
I have no idea when he last scored from the for the club, but his first goal for the season, Ryan.
I think I vaguely remember a header or two over the years, but the young centre-back coming good there and finishing well. It's always classic around the time of the Euros, the Italians start to come good, Ross. Might be a sign. Colo's laughing. Centre-back partner's got off the mark for the season. To be fair, as you said, Ross, Ripley were getting a little bit of a foothold in the game, so good time for Bardon to get that lead.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. First goal's always key in these types of games. Let's see the next 5 minutes produce.
Mapri skips out, looks for that ball over the back at the top to Keogh, but it's kind of in between Keogh and Perez.
Come to me. Drop, please.
Gordon comes and collects and does well, holds it up, plays it back to Hernan.
Good, Joey. Good, Joey.
Goes all the way home. I think that's Crack at the back.
Press.
Nowhere to go to Hearns well. There's Galt. To Vaughan. And Soteradis, who got himself forward, had a bit of an aimless pass, and now it's Perez, and he's going to try and play it to Panther, but it goes so far it almost hits the junior goals.
Yeah, you can see there's a new pairing up front. Perez partnering Campbell for the best part of a month. Developed a bit of a chemistry. Obviously, Panther coming in. He's played a lot with Josh Campbell, not a lot with Josiah Perez. So there's been a few times it looks like Panther wants the ball to feet and his teammates are doing the opposite. Probably a bit of a chat at half-time about the type of service and how that should change with the different types of players. Jack obviously wants the ball in rather than behind into his feet so he can try and lay it off or have a shot.
Absolutely, Ross. Looking for that every time to feet. We've got quite a few watching on YouTube, Ross. No comments yet. We're here for you if you need us, guys. We can confirm the sausage sizzle was rocking today. Final Georges River fundraising sausage sizzle for the season. Shout out to Chris Percy and his wonderful efforts to get some funds raised for that tour.
Looking forward to collecting my meat tray after the game, Ryan. Surely I'm due.
I've never known anyone to win it. Ball goes forward, but that's going to go out. Gold explains. Well, his pass was off the mark before. Low winter sun here at Bowman Park as Keogh nods on to Panther. There's few too many defenders around him. And Hernan comes up with it. And it's good Panther, and it's going to be a Bardon ball. Called by the lino. Assistant referee.
What do you reckon Jack Panther's nickname is?
I've got an idea, Ross, but I'm not sure if I want to say it on camera. Here's Perez, climbs well. Nichols is going to snap in like he always does and comes up with the ball. Plays it to Matheson. That first touch lets him get out. He's on a bit of a run. He's still going here. Is he going to whip it in?
Oh, he is.
He's going to find Perez. Perez has a strike and it goes in.
Oh, what a
The 28th minute, Perez scores
great
after
assist.
wonderful work
Great
from Matheson.
Well, I probably a bit unfair to him earlier when I said you'd expect Gold on the left-hand side to be the more attacking of the two fullbacks, but you can see the width and the opportunity that the fullbacks will have today. A little 1-2 here with Cabras. It's an intelligent ball, and what a finish.
Cracking finish from Josiah Perez. You're absolutely right, Ross. Josiah seems to be a bit more comfortable in the middle. Been playing him as a winger since he joined the club, really, or playing a fullback as well at one point.
Yeah, well at fullback last year, but yeah, he's had a whole new lease of life in this 4-4-2. I talked about last week, a few key players have just loved the formation change. It's getting the best
Panther
out of
almost
the
skips
few.
in there. Cracked as well in the end to come up with the ball. Holden flicks it on to Soteradis, but Matheson with good defending, good positioning.
He's won the ball too. Great win there from Matheson.
Well, Ross, as Matheson goes over to field 2 to collect this, and perhaps have a little bit more chat about Euros. May I have your prediction, please?
I said last week I fancy the Dutch, but I think I just fancy the odds rather than actually think they're going to win. I think I've got to play it safe and say France.
France? Who have they got?
Yeah, Mbappe. I don't know if you've heard about him.
No, never heard of him. Young kid.
Very unlucky not to win the World Cup, that team. In hindsight, that game, what a game.
Well, Nichols
Colin Moani.
push in the back.
Surprised he got picked from this squad, to be honest. Colin Moani, but
A little push in the back there from Nichols is going to give Ripley a free kick. Well, it's not going to be Scotland. We know that.
good national anthem though, hey?
Actually wasn't up for that part of it. Very much left it to the last minute. So that goes into the middle and Gullo's going to get underneath that one and clear it.
Now you got pride and passion in your nation when 4% of the country goes to the football game.
It's an excellent turnout from the Scots. They don't get there very often, Ross, so they've got to enjoy it. No Scotland, no party. They're not going to be there for long by the looks of that performance. Surely I'm going to bait some Scottish people into some comments soon.
They're all asleep, mate.
That's probably true too. Well, I heard a little bit of a Scotland party. There was some Bardon Latrobe Scottish legends all around William Wallace's house. That's his real name, guys. That's not a that's not a joke. Put on the croissants and coffee for the likes of McCabe and Gold.
Tell you what, number
Probably
4.
a square sausage or two in there as well, Ross.
Square slice sausage, one of the favourite breakfasts of my youth.
Chesterfield does well. Gets it back to Wilson. And goes back to Crack.
Good name, isn't it?
It's a nice alliteration there. Centre half called Crack. McDermott spreads that one out to Soteradis, and I think that's Holden popping now up on the left.
Good win for Matheson. He's had a
again
good half, hasn't he?
does well. Panther puts the centre back under a bit of pressure. Oh, and really well in there by Nichols. He did so well to get there ahead of the defender. Skips around the keeper.
Doesn't score many, Chris Nichols. He's pressed so hard. He's put it under on the number 6. And the goalkeeper just couldn't quite steer it towards goal.
I think that was McDermott, number 8. But absolutely, Ross. Wonderful work from Nichols, and we really would be saying something if Nichols got on the score sheet again today. So goals from Teresi in the 24th minute, followed by Perez.
See the replay here of the goals. There's the first one. Teresi ricocheted from the ball in. Great left foot volley from the centre half. And the second goal here, we cut back from Matheson and bang, pick it out, bottom corner, Perez.
Teresi was getting
Great
forward
start.
there. Now Ripley are attacking through Soteradis down on the left. Matheson again there.
Solid again from Blake. I think number 4 for Ripley, Ryan, Galt. He looks like he's playing as the 10, top of the diamond. He's the one that makes them tick, I think. They're trying to get him free, trying to occupy the 2 other centre midfielders and get him in between the lines. It's worked a couple of times. It's certainly a bit of danger that we need to be conscious of. our two centre midfielders are pressing well up the pitch, but we just got to make sure we don't create too much space in between those two defensive lines for us.
Brass clears, and Holden got up very high, comes down quite heavy on the pitch, but he's okay.
Like concrete.
See, McDermott plays it to hand. It gets it back to Crack. Gives it back to McDermott. To Zenjay. And I can't get used to playing at the back there. The numbers have done me today for Ripley. Number 4 in the 10, number 9 in the 6, number 7 in the 9. Bring back the good old days. As Gullo, good old traditional number 6, playing at 4.
You see an example there where I'm talking about, Ryan. We've got Tyler Mappery pressing the goalkeeper. That means Chris Nichols is by himself against 4 other midfielders.
Wow.
That's a goal.
That's a goal there from the skipper, Chesterfield. 35th minute. A bit of an aimless ball in the box, and Chesterfield does well. Simple
throw in, way too much time given here for a ball into the box. I think there was a bit of confusion there between Bardon's defence and goalkeeper. I did hear a goalkeeper shout, Ryan. Just wonder if we've lost it there and the strikers nipped in, made the most of the confusion, finished it, and now 2-1.
2-1.
Easy as that.
The clean sheet has gone. More worrying than that. Bit of a goal out, nothing for Ripley.
Yeah, I don't like that you can just throw the ball in and get a ball into the box that simply. I wonder if we switched off a little bit there in terms of our defensive duties.
Keogh back into Perez, and his ball back to Keogh. It's a little bit overhit and goes to the creek.
It's a shame. 10 minutes to go in the first half. All of a sudden it's back to 1 goal, and I think that might be their only shot of the first half, Ryan.
Bit of a Scotland-esque performance. Keogh tries to play that one back to Panther, and it might come to Cabras. Sosaradis rides his luck a little bit there. And we'll say he's know what he's doing as Tyler Mappery picks up the ball, and he's going to have a shot with that left foot. Through is easy to Wilson, to Whitney that time. No word from Josh McKee yet. Wonder if Karina are playing. We will get you that official word. I know it's only me that cares. Matheson clears. Tough night at the office last night, Ross.
A wonderful performance from the over 35 Div 1 team against the might of Redlands away from home. What a journey that is, Ryan. I mean, I should have packed my bags and just went to Stratty, I think. I was pretty much there. 2-0 down at half-time. The guys, an epic second half, hit the post a couple of times, almost got a point. Pretty happy with that, Ryan. Great clubhouse. They gave us free pizzas after the game. I know they're getting a bit of stick at the moment with Queensland football culture, Redlands, but I had a wonderful experience last night, Ryan. The guys can be proud of that result.
Yeah, I had a few friends we moved out to Redlands that was a few years ago now, and that was the last time I saw them. Hope you're well, Andy Kerr. Give Andy Kerr a shout out. I should also give my friend Lucas Nichol a shout out, who came off his bike this week, Ross, who scuppered my plans and broke a cheekbone and bad concussion, but he's doing well now. He's not watching, but
crazy sport, mountain biking, isn't it?
Certainly is. Not much room for error, and there wasn't much room for error for Bardon, and now Ripley are attacking one of the goal scorer, Chesterfield.
Good win again there from Chris Nichols. Important
was. Can't quite find Keogh though.
Ripley obviously buoyed by the goal. All of a sudden zipping it around a lot quicker, a bit more tempo in their passing. And see Chesterfield, the captain, obviously a focal point. He's onside here too.
He skips past Teresi, tries to drive into the box, but it'll only come to Gollo.
The ball's out for a goal kick by the looks of things, Ryan. But yeah, you can see Chesterfield's coming to the game after his goal. Obviously a bit of a intelligent play with his movement.
Good win from Hanant. Heads it down to Chesterfield. It's got a Shadbolt-esque figure.
One of your favourite players, Ryan. Nick Shadbolt from Ringbar.
Firing them in to the
Banging
Eagles,
them.
who are
Might play them again next year, hey?
having a lot of fun in that division. I think Shaughnessy's banging him more, but he's got to have a strike partner. As Soteradis again is breaking forward, and it drops down to Holden, who's going to come in on his left and have a shot, and Weaver's feet were planted. It drags just wide. Bit of a warning shot.
Yeah, look, I think, look, a decent ball forward here. And gets one touch, and, you know, he's obviously comfortable on his left, but he did pull it. I think Weaver all over that.
Wow. Got a bit of a reaction from the Italians, Ross. Bit unhappy with Chiellini's name being mentioned in the same breath as Teresi. Our friend Giulio Centenaro pointing out that's a bit of a sacred comparison in his own friendly style that you're familiar with Giulio.
Oh, miss Jules. Hope he's doing well. I might hear a lot more from him this tournament. Well, you in particular, Ryan. Is it coming home, Ryan?
He hasn't fired that into my inbox just yet. I have the pleasure of working with Giulio these days, so I'm sure it's coming.
Another good win from Matheson there. It's been rock solid this half and an assist.
It's going to be cleared by Crack. Teresi's underneath it. As Chesterfield puts pressure on.
Oh, good touch there. Alessio Cabras, probably another Italian in the starting lineup, Brian. But unfortunately, they've lost the ball in midfield there.
Proper Italian too.
What's that supposed to mean? Proper Italian.
Sounds Italian when you speak to him, you know what I mean?
I see. Another good win there. Chris Nichols in midfield. Absolute battle he's had. 2v4 in midfield, and he's continuously coming up. Moments like that when he wins the ball for his team. Yeah, great win, and then wins the foul too with a shirt tuck there from number 16, Vaughan. Last week's man of the match, backing up today with another good half, Ryan.
Perez competes for that one. Tyler gets in, it drops for Cabras, who has to climb high to get there, and Whitney punches it clear. Crack's going to complete the clearance. Vaughan. Matheson in a foot race there with Holden. Holden gets there but runs out of pitch. A few minutes to the half here, Ross. I'm assuming the objective here is to get in 2-1 up.
Yeah, for sure. They deserve to take a lead into the halftime break, Bardon. I think they've been the stronger of the two sides. Certainly created the better chances. You see a replay there of the keeper's punch. I think it's okay. I think he's done well to claim it. Brass touch probably a little bit too heavy just before that replay.
Well, that one's out to field 2 as well.
Not sure where all the balls are. Let's call for one. There we go. Cricket chairman didn't want to get up and get the ball, but he's begrudgingly walking over in the background there, wondering why he picked that seat.
Sitting in the shade and enjoying his Saturday afternoon, as this one's going to come through to Chesterfield, and Weaver
Side.
saves, but it was offside, I think, as he made the movement towards the ball. Weaver plays it to Keogh. This little pass back to Gold. Gold can't get it back to Keogh. And Chesterfield tries to skip around Teresi, and he's got in. He's absolutely committed the tackle there. Committed to the tackle, sorry, on Teresi.
Jeez, Chesterfield looks like he comes alive when the ball comes in the box, doesn't he? He just seems
See it
to
again.
use his body really well here. Gets a little touch in front of Teresi, and then the touch through, and then Mapri getting back. Stops a goal.
Between Mapri and Teresi.
And
They
then
finally get it rid of it.
Mapri clears. Weaver stood up nice and tall, but then the ball went past him.
There's that deep throw again, and Nichols gets there first. Galt loses the ball, and Nichols is going to play that first time ball over the top to Panther, who's in a foot race here. Great first touch. He's going to look to shoot, I think, and he's got a great hit on him, and Whitney collects at the second chance as Keogh snapped in.
Didn't quite connect with that one. But that's exactly the type of opportunity he's looking to carve for himself there, Jack Panther.
Nice little knockdown there. Now Perez. Gold. Galt does well. Tries to find Holden. Here's Mapri. Tyler as well. Gold just hits it into Vaughan. There's McDermott at the base of that triangle you were talking about. Diamond, sorry. There's Vaughan, right back. Crosses one in. A little header forward from Holden doesn't find Chesterfield.
To the replay here of the shot from Panther. Just kind of dragged it a little bit.
It's always interesting on this
bubbling
surface,
around.
Ross. You'll never be comfortable as a keeper down at this field. Panther gambled on that one going over the Genze's head. The ball's retrieved. Certainly had less balls on the field this game, Ross, than the Yeronga game that I managed to catch some of the highlights of. As he says that, a ball comes onto the field.
Don't know why he would speak that into the ether, but...
Well, because it happened a ridiculous amount of times. Whilst you knew and Jimmy Bracken, who did an outstanding job. Matheson floats that one in. It's actually dropped to Tyler Mapri, who gets his shot away, but it's high and over.
Decent on his left, just couldn't quite get it back down again. Good throw in he's got here, Matheson, isn't it?
Really is.
Good technique.
Jumps up
Didn't
in the
really
box.
deal with it. Forced it
on the turn.
Mapri, but just couldn't get his foot on top of that.
What do you mean? Why am I grabbing onto him? I've got the fuck out of you, right?
Well, Chesterfield really going into the assistant referee here. About contact, and that's going to call half time. Bardon Latrobe leading 2-1 here at home against Ripley Valley. Goals from the unlikely source of Marcos Teresi and supplied by the unlikely source of Matheson to Perez on the 28th. Chesterfield, though, getting a goal back on the 33rd minute for Ripley, and it's 2-1 here.
You see some highlights here. This is the first chance of the game, so maybe they did have two shots. Good save there from Weaver.
This is the goal.
Is the goal here. Ball falls nicely.
Put away nicely by Teresi.
Good 1-2 here, Matheson. Cut back. Bang. Good finish. 2-0 and cruising at that point. Bardon, weren't we?
Absolutely were, and then this is the goal back for Ripley.
Fell asleep a little bit here for me on the throw-in. Allowed a ball into the box, caused a bit of confusion, and Chesterfield just comes alive with that ball in the box. So it'll be a handful for the second half, I think, Ryan. And you can see Ripley then buoyed by that opportunity, that
just
goal.
dragged it just wide.
Created a couple of other chances, but
That's
good
half
half of
time.
football.
We'll hear from our sponsors, and we'll be bringing you the second half after this.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has its day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grind and I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding. And I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
They ain't coming close to me. Flow is on atomic, I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we balling out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring, don't try us. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice, yeah.
And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret.
All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
Oh, the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
Welcome back to Bowman Park for the second half of this FQPL round 14 action between Bardon Latrobe and Ripley. It's 2-1 to Bardon Latrobe after goals from Marcus Teresi and Josiah Perez. Chesterfield got one back for Ripley though, and not as comfortable as it could be, Ross.
Yeah, I was just having a chat to Alex, and he wasn't too impressed in that last 10-15 minutes. 2 changes for Bardon, including the goalkeeper, with Perkins coming in for Weaver. Not sure if that's related to an injury or not, but change of goalkeeper, unconventional half-time, and then on comes Matty Owen for Jack Panther. A bit more height up front, I think, is the bit more of a target man up front. It's the logic there, Ryan, but Coach McMillan not happy with standing on the edge of our box and not pressing and defending like we have been, and allowing Ripley back into the game at 2-0.
Well, I had picked up on Perkins, but I hadn't noticed Owen, but now you see him out there. You certainly can see him. There's a tall number 19 for Bardon Latrobe up front.
Strong bench, Ryan. Looks like Coach McMillan's intending to use all of it, with Aussie Boardman, Flynn Overden and Ben Stanley still on the bench, Ryan. So
Embarrassment of riches.
that move at half-time means he's still got 3 substitutions or 3 breaks in play in the second half. You see a replay here of Cabras getting forward on his left. They obviously swap back now on his left side. Just couldn't quite get the ball in the box, but wins the throw, which Andrew Gold takes.
It's come through to Tyler Mappery, who tried to flick it in to Duncan Keogh. Unable to find him.
Chesterfield forward here, one-on-one here with Matheson.
Stands him
Matheson
up. Does really well.
Really good defending.
And clears.
Out for a throw in there. See the early ball. Chesterfield showing a little bit of pace here. Probably got Matheson where he wants him, but Matheson just stands up.
Really well.
Wins the ball.
Well, got the ball back here. Haven't picked up any on changes for Ripley. Deep throw into the box that Golo meets. Josiah Perez should pick this one up, and does. Holds off his man, but then just numbers when it comes to McDermott. Matty Owen showing some desire there and gets the first ball, but misses the second as Tejenze plays it out wide to Wilson.
Surprised to see Matty Owen and not Aussie Boardman, right?
Slightly, especially in their more central striking role, but we'll trust Alex and see what impact Matty can have. There's Marcus, the goal scorer today. I'm going to say that every time he touches the ball, because I won't get to say it very often in his career. Golo plays it forward to Keogh, and he's stamped out by Soderadis.
Another good
Nichols does really well.
Unlucky, isn't he?
Almost catches Hanant. Been moving the ball quite nicely here. Vaughan and McDermott play a 1-2. Perez just left a little on him. Tyler struggling with the armband again, Ross. Can't find one that fits that.
It's now a thing. I kind of don't want to help him out on that. Maybe we should.
Maybe there might be some mini-roos armbands we can find out in the cupboard. Ripley get the throw in deep into the Bardon Latrobe side of the pitch, looking for options. It's going to find Galt. Caught the eye in the first half for us. Goes back to McDermott, and he finds Vaughan. Looking for a cross from there, but it's a poor cross and no one's there, and Perkins will get a feel for the ball.
See a replay here. Look, a bit of a bubble there off the pitch, but Ripley have started, I think, second half a bit sharper, moving the ball from side to side, and yeah, that just not quite catching that properly. So we're joined by Robbie Weaver.
Good first half there, Robbie.
Thanks, mate.
The change made at half time.
Yeah, just trying to turn my groin into a pretzel when I made that save in the first half. Just a bit sore. Tried to jump for that cross and just had nothing there to jump on. So yeah, Dino comes in.
What's Alex said to the boys at half time, mate, in terms of ensuring we get the victory here today?
Just pick up the chat again. We started really well for the first 20 minutes. The chat was there, the intensity was there. We were going for everything, and then it kind of just dropped off a bit. So yeah, keep that intensity up, keep the chat up, and try and keep the ball simple.
The other change, obviously, apart from yourself, is Matty Owen up front. Probably not the first name I would have picked to come off the bench today. Any thoughts and insights into that one?
Yeah, it wasn't. There was only like a last-second change at the end of the half-time. It wasn't discussed. So, yeah, Alex just going with what he feels best. But yeah, not sure. I thought Jack Ranta was doing really well, but not sure.
Well, we normally say these things and then we find out the reasons when they score a goal. So
correct.
Let's hope that Matty Owen gets on the sheet. Thanks for joining us, Robbie. Pleasure and great little stint for Bardon whilst Dean's been away. We'll keep you on the mic for a little bit longer as my co-commentator tucks into a nice cheese toasty. Cheese and ham, actually, I believe. Yeah, so you've enjoyed your time stepping in for the Dean Perkins, the Euro special?
Absolutely loved it. No, it was really good. Like coming in as like just the goalkeeping coach and first team assistant coach. Wasn't expecting too much games this year, but had the opportunities and yeah, loved every minute of it.
Matty Owen flicks on that one to Cabras, but can't find him. The game's just a little bit poised at the moment. Here is Matty Owen. Dejenze tries to stand him up.
Oh, great tackle.
Gets there. Just a game we feel we've got to win today.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I think if 3 points today puts us up closer to the people above us, but I don't think we can overtake anyone with a win, but it definitely puts us up there, especially with the Carina game next week, which is going to be a tough one.
So we're away at Carina next week. Thanks for the reminder. Josh McKee, who hasn't got back to me about the colour of these shirts, has offered us a meal after that game, Ross. So Vito taking care of their loyal customers as always. Keogh gets onto that one, but the header's just going to come to Whitney wearing the full pink kit. Any comments on that as a goalkeeper, Weaver?
Man, I love it.
Can't beat a pink kit, can you?
No, I absolutely love it. But no, I love my black
Holden
shorts.
does well, and Marcus Teresi holds him up. Ripley thought it was a foul, but I think he stood his ground well.
Yep.
It's a bit of an aimless ball forwards, though. The concern here, we need a bit more control on the ball. There's Dejenze. He's going to come out wide to Soderadis. Chesterfield gets that free kick. He was having a really impassioned plea to the referees at half-time for the attention he was finding from the centre-backs.
Yes.
Give him a piece of their mind. We could pick that up on the microphones. So here's McDermott under pressure from Mapri. Dejenze. It's not a nice one for your fullback, but he controls it well, to be fair to Vaughan. Brass, but yeah, Mapri in there, snaps in. Now what options has he got? He's got Matheson at fullback. Dejenze snaps in. Cabras has got it again. Can he find it out wide to Duncan Keogh here, maybe? Comes home. It's a sore one for Cabras. Matty Owen with great skill, gets around Dejenze, whips it into the box. And it's going to drop for Josiah. Josiah's got to score here, and he does. Josiah Perez in the 54th minute absolutely fires home after a bit of an error from the Ripley defender. But let's just give credit where credit's due. Matty Owen with some wonderful work out here as we look on the replay.
Yeah, it's a hard challenge there on Alessio.
Hits the ground hard.
Yeah, he did it. It was a great ball into the corner, and I guess that's what Matty Owen brings.
Yeah, does a wonderful piece of skill to get around Dejenze. And a good cross. Bit deep, but the defender will want to have done better than that, and it drops to Desire. No mistake.
That's it.
From Perez for his second goal of the day. And it's Bardon 3-1.
Good composure there from Josiah, which is good.
Absolutely. We're also saying he's really growing into that position this season. And you know, as we said, started full-back and played a bit of midfield and out wide, and now he's thriving in that striker position.
That's it, mate. Once it's hit, it's definitely hit from Joe. So
that's right.
saw that a couple of times last week, hitting those posts. They definitely bounce back.
Ripley again now, though, just probing. Here comes Matty Owen. He's going to flick it on to Duncan Keogh. He does, and he holds on and does well. Here's Cabras. That wonderful left foot wand.
Noticed Tyler's not having problems with his captain's armband this week. He,
Well,
he must have taped it on.
He was just a little bit before, actually. We noticed it. We thought you might have reached out and found a mini-roo one for him.
It's a good idea. I'm actually going to do that.
Here's Matty Owen. Skips into Gold, who's got forward from full-back, and Cabras is covered for him, and now he's going to whip that with that left foot.
Great ball.
Almost lands to Keogh.
It's joining us.
And Ripley makes sure they get that free kick. Sorry, clearance. And here's Matheson.
There we go.
Distracted by the toasty again. I think he's
I know,
finished,
so that.
polished it off. Here's Keogh.
Well done.
Well done from McDermott.
That's a great start. Great start in the second half here from the boys, which is really good to see. It's a lot of positive.
Gets down that wing and draws the corner kick from a bit of attention from McDermott. So Tyler Mappery over this one. Gold's coming over. Let's hope they work it better than the one in the first half. Bardon a threat, I think, today on corners. It looks like Gold's maybe taking over duties.
The deliveries have been good. Get in there.
Near post to Keogh, and I think McDermott does really well. It's dropped to Reese, and it drops to Owen, and Owen wide with that one. So, Robbie, thanks again for your time, mate, and
No worries.
we'll see you again soon around the traps.
Thanks.
Just wide there from Owen, from the flick back in from Teresi, who I think he was trying to shoot on goal. He's got his one goal for the season, so I'm not sure why.
Imagine that, 2 in 2 games. You'd be hearing about that for a while, Ryan, I think. What a great finish from Josiah Perez whilst I was finishing that ultimate ham and cheese sandwich, Ryan.
Well, you're nothing but loyal to the club, Ross. Always putting money behind that canteen. I think it's only Johnny Dungy that's the biggest contributor to the club, and then Ross Parker potentially second. It's Johnny Dungy smashing some wedges there after eating 3 of the sausages from the sizzle.
See a replay there. Ripley obviously wanting a foul, but it goes the other way. Andy Gold gets us going forward again. I just saw the side of Ben Stanley and Ozzy Boardman warming up. What a luxury. 3-1 up at home and bringing on those 2 players. It's not going to get any easier for Ripley this afternoon. Matty Owen's made a real impact since coming on.
And I knew he would. I had faith.
Flynn Ovenden as well warming up, Ryan. So I might see a triple change as we go for a game-winning 4th goal.
Owen inside to Nichols. Finds Owen again, who plays out wide to Perez. Can Perez find anyone in the middle? They're at the back post, and his
decent
cross
ball.
goes into the near post. Whitney, that curving goal kick. Gallows right underneath it, doesn't let it bounce. Keogh inside to Mappery. He of the armband, and he's going to try that outrageous ball out wide to Cabras, and it's perfect. Cabras comes back to Gold. This is Globetrotter stuff from Bardon, as I get my sports mixed up. Gold hits the line and Crack gets in there first. Nichols again, mopping up. Good tackle there from Gullo on Chesterfield. Just, he's going to call it from behind, I think.
I mean, no, it wasn't even much of a complaint from the Ripley striker. He's unconventional, but he's won the ball.
He just looked a bit annoyed at himself for losing the ball, didn't he? But it's been given. So Ripley come down this left-hand side with Sodoratis. It was Hanan who'd got forward. Mappery snaps in on McDermott.
Great touch too.
Really good work from Mappery. And meant to say first half, Ross Mappery making his way onto the coveted FQ Players of the Month for FQPL4.
Number 1.
I think it's
Player of the Month.
I think it's alphabetical order.
No.
For each club.
No.
And then he was just highlighted because he was the player on the graphic.
No.
little bit of
That's an
mystery is the
interpretation of that rule.
Mr. Perez whips that into the back post. Yeah, the dark arts of the FQ Player of the Month selection, which includes about 30 players in the league. But nice to see some Bardon representation, which is a reflection of the upturning results as well for us.
To be fair, he has been excellent for us.
He has.
5 goals in 6 games, was it?
See, that was the kind of research that I wasn't prepared to go into. As Ripley aim to make their first sub, and it is that man.
Go on, Ryan. Go on, Ryan.
Sergej Maja is going to come on for Galt, who has been impressive today.
Done well there, mate. Sergej Maja.
Sergej Maja, yeah, has come on for Galt. So we'll see what Sergej Maja can bring to the game. A diminutive figure. Galt had been impressive today, but he's come off on the 60th minute. Might argue he might have been a veteran, so Ripley ball.
Still half an hour to go, Ryan.
Next in there.
Next goal is key, very key in this game.
So Ross is predicting more goals still. Some firepower on the bench for Bardon Latrobe. There's Gabras, who whips it into Perez. He's looking for his hat-trick. Owen does well. And it comes
to goal.
Goal.
Oh, he's unlucky. On his
He
right,
hits it
too.
really well with his weaker foot. So the push from Perez maybe was what was given. Or maybe Owen late.
That there, maybe, but not much of a foul. Soft at best. As we've got a kid sitting on a ball next to the baseline to stop the game.
The ground official, Daniel Carraganes. Easy for me to say, like Sergej Maja as well.
It's a foul, that one.
Keogh a bit late on Soderadis, and Soderadis says that's dirty as, and that Australian draw gets on the pitch pretty quickly.
I think that was that's dirty A, right? Not a dirty as.
It's hard to understand these boys from out Bush and Ripley. Here's Perez. That's dirty as from Soderadis. He's back, but he gets away with it. And then he snaps in. A little bit of frustration there. He's going to get away with it as Crack completes the clearance. Matheson skips past his man. Hanant plays a wonderful ball into Owen. Maddie finds Duncan Keogh, who's going to be fired up after that. And that's just a push.
Just pushed
from
him
Crack.
over. That's unbelievable. He's just the replay here. We're telling the ref, he's just two-hand pushed him, ref.
Referee is
it's not a rugby
got a
game.
wry smile on his face. Even the stream team here are a little bit confused. They cover many sports, and they would have claimed that one was a great rugby tackle. Unbelievable. Expect to see that one at Suncorp. Nichols flicks it on to Gabras, but I'm going to keep their heads here and maybe put Ripley away. Here's Owen. Skips inside to goal. He's going to fire again with his stronger foot this time. Then Nichols has a go, but that's straight down Whitney's. Straight into Whitney's hands. 62 minutes here. Bardon lead 3-1. Ripley still in the game, still fighting. I just feel that Bardon might get that next goal though, Ross.
Yeah, interesting part of the game, Ryan. Ripley still look dangerous. Probably getting a bit more stretched defensively as they try and push to get themselves back into the game.
It's gone back to Whitney. Didn't quite finish the quiz from the first half, Ross. I wanted the other goal scorer that day, who was our captain at the time, 2020. An unlikely goal scorer, I would say. But like Teresa says, it comes on to Owen. He's definitely onside. Deflected from the Zenze, who kept him onside.
Captain goal scorer 2020.
It was a bit of a...
Mackenzie.
It was Mackenzie Stewart, the rig. Got the goal.
What a player.
What a player, what a man. Get down yourself down here, Mackenzie, sometime soon. Last time we saw you pop up was on Night Out with Jack Gullo in the bathrooms on the old 2020 group chat. Hasn't been seen since. Bit of a sore one for Keogh there. Mapri got interest in this. Stanley Boardman doing the whole ballet and pick me coach.
Warming up in front of the coach, just in his eye line.
Desperate to get on there and make an impact in the game. It's Mapri whips this one in. Perez is going to get to that, and it drops for Teresi. And finally, Golo was offside. Teresi in danger. He's just in all the action today. The Bardon Chiellini,
doesn't he? Look at him. Look at the movement here from the big man. Just stands there.
Absolute devilish whip in that
Comes
cross.
to him, not expecting it. Hits the chin.
Textbook
Not the touch of
centre back.
an informed goal scorer.
Here's Nichols into Perez, who is
Speaking
in
of
form. And gets his shot away, but cracks come across to close that one down. So we get a whip of the... oh, now Ripley won a decision from a Perez elbow. Ripley coach asking for
The replay here.
something.
Desires trying to get the ball on his right foot. They've obviously recognised the threat that Perez faces, and defending in numbers against him there.
Matheson's long throw flicks onto Owen, that height that we asked for in the box. Sergent Madja is going to come up with this one with wonderful feet and gets the free kick.
Great turn there for Matty Owen. He was in on goal. A bit of a soft free kick, but the ref had blown his whistle.
Perez has come across for another drink.
He looks a bit tired. Desire probably wants to stay on for his...
Nichols brings down Crack.
Nichols still pressing the centre backs from midfield. Absolute engine on him. Him and Mapri just working tirelessly in midfield.
Tirelessly. Here's Perez. Flicks it on with the head to Keogh. Dejenze gets across. Here's Sergent Madja. Blake only makes the cut out, make sure it hits the car park too, which is going to give Daniel Karagianis another job to go and get to that car park. Dejenze takes a swig as well. It's been hard work out there today. This fiercely fought competition. Long throw from Dejenze. Golo's underneath that one. Does really well. Sergent Madja gets it down, and Perkins gets his first touch, as I think it was Soteradis, the fullback, who got himself into the box.
See the replay here. Ball bouncing around. Chesterfield loves a bit of that. Ball comes flicked somehow. Falls quite nicely for...
Yeah, I think it was...
Soteradis.
Soteradis takes the shot from Sergent Madja, who flicked it on. Jeez. Matty Owen kicks it away to field two, and is going to get a booking.
Double change here coming in front of us, Ryan. Both teams making changes, actually.
Just going to have a word, I think. Oh. Boardman and Stanley are going to come on for Bardon. For Ripley, it's going to be Chielarakis, who looks like he might be able to qualify for over 35s Division 1 as well, Ross.
Pretty fit, the fella, though.
Pretty experienced. So it's Matheson and Keogh coming off.
Great game from Blake Matheson.
Really strong at right back. Keogh off in midfield. Interesting, Nichols to right back.
Yeah, he's played there a little bit in his career, and also this season. Played a bit of centre back at Logan Metro as well, quite well.
So Ozzy and Stanley will come into the midfield, and Owen and Perez will continue up top. I think Ripley are just going to hold on for their change.
So Boardman into midfield, looks like. Yep.
Perez flicks it on to Owen. Boardman getting forward from that midfield position, which is likely to do. It's going to go all the way across, and Dejenze gets it clear in the end. Gold shepherds it out to the cricket pitch, and now Ripley decide to make the change.
Chase! 11 coming on. 11 on. 6 on. And 6 coming on. I think he's going off the other side.
Number 6, Wilson coming off.
Seeing the Wilson's game.
And
Gilarakis we're going to go with.
What are we doing here? I think we might be going to a front three.
Chesterfield through the middle, Holden on the left, Gilarakis on the right.
That's what I look at, yeah.
It's going to be a free kick to Bardon. 70th minute. Bardon Latrobe 3-1 up. Chance for Perez to get a hat-trick here. Matty Owen going to be a target too. Gold whips it in deep to the back post.
Oh,
Ozzy
boy.
Boardman's up, but his header is high and over.
And offside.
Can't be. Absolutely can't be offside.
Well, it is. Sure. Anyway, Ozzy Boardman showing off his big leap.
Got there first.
Very good volleyballer.
Was he? Interesting fact. Glad he decided to stick with football as
He's going to
Cabras
shoot
finds
here.
him.
Oh,
And
no.
he hits the ground more than he hits the ball, which is a occupational hazard here. Has a bit of a smile. It's always that way when you're 70 minutes on the bench. You get on the pitch and you want to have a dig from range. Really doesn't get hold of it. Kicks the ground.
It's like my 6-iron, right? More of the ground than of the ball. A little bit rusty. That's to be expected as he's making his way back from 5 weeks off with a hamstring injury.
Whitney's kick doesn't get very far, and in fact it drops to Boardman. Crack does really well, holding off 2 Bardon players. McDermott goes forward. It's going to drop to that man, Sergio Madcha, who finds the other sub, Gilarakis. He comes home. And Vaughan had seen something that no one else quite saw there, and it's going to be a goal kick. Which Perkins, wearing number 22 today.
Looks like you had a good time over in the UK, mate.
Oh, I think it was more than just the UK. Tour of Europe.
I don't think there was a Guinness safe in those 2 weeks in Ireland.
He spent some time out in Ireland before. Played for a club called Ballyhassig. That's definitely not how you pronounce it.
It's also in Scotland, Ryan.
Is it the Scottish club?
Yeah.
Oh.
Won't take that personally.
Oh, follow us on Instagram. My apologies.
Oh.
Owen's going to drop onto that, and here's Perez. Unselfishly gives it back to Owen, who's got Cabras outside. 2 in the middle, if you can find him, and it's going to be a corner.
Just wonder if someone could shoot there. Looking to pass it in a little bit here. Perez himself unselfish on a hat-trick. Owen gets the ball kind of stuck in his feet here. You fancy Cabras just to whip it, didn't you? Across the goalkeeper. But tries to cross and wins a corner.
Well, some commentary coming in from the president, who must have finished his round. Not quite sure what he's talking about, as usual. Some comment about your daughter. Here's Tyler Mappery with the corner.
What?
Whips it in well. Whitney
shooting.
does well.
Great save.
And Whitney pushes it over the bar.
That was a great whip in from Tyler there. Goalkeeper nearly caught out, but he recovers quite well.
Again, Mappery. Same again, I think, after that one. Devilish whip. It's gone a bit deeper. Austin Boardman's there, and he heads it down, and Whitney saves it. A couple of Bardon players thought it might have gone over the line, but wonderful cross and header from Austin Boardman with the header. Tyler with the cross. Tyler flicks it on. Here's Matty Owen, goes home to gold. Left him a bit short, and there's not much more he can do. As we see this corner one more time from Tyler. First one was great, second one was equally as good, and it goes a bit deeper, goes to that back post. Austin timed his run perfectly, gets up, and it's a wonderful save by Whitney, who went down in stages. I think we've worked out what the president's talking about, adding to our engagement on Facebook, which is good to see.
Sophie P says, go Bardon, with a lot of letters.
There's Teresi, the goal scorer.
A 4-year-old on a mobile. It's the worst that can happen.
Nichols is told to send it, but there's no one there. And might do better to hold on to the ball. Still some time to go in this one. As Crack plays that ball, looking to expose Nichols, who does well. And then doesn't do well, and Holden's in, and Perkins with a wonderful save with his feet.
That's a big save. 15 minutes to go on the game. Chris Nichols just gets his bearings lost a little bit. I think he wants the keeper, doesn't want the keeper. And then decent attempt at a low finish there, but what a save.
Wonderful effort by Holden, who'd done well, strong. Now, Chesterfield's had a lot to say to the referee because he felt that Holden was held, but he got his shot away. It was just a wonderful save from Perkins. The advantage was played, and I think if I were Ripley, I wouldn't want it to be pulled back.
Well, I don't know what he's complaining about. It wasn't a foul. Clearly it wasn't a foul. It's corner. Let's get on with the game.
Well, the man who had the chance, Holden's over this one. He whips it in well. Perkins uses that huge hand to claw it away. Him and Teresi have a bit of a comment about it, saying it looks a bit like a three-point shot.
Just a big swat away, wasn't it? Not in my house. Unconventional. You won't see that one in the textbooks, but swats it away with that big mitt.
You've got to get a big hand to it, which was what Gunn couldn't do this morning for Scotland for that first goal. And he goes down in the box, and the referee's going to give a penalty. I have to say, Ross, I think that one was going to come with a bit of contact in the box, and from a lot of the remonstrations from Chesterfield, he's going to take the penalty.
You see the replay here. It's a decent ball in from the that looks like a handball from Chesterfield. Gets
Sodaradis has gone down in stages there, and Stanley is the victim of some clever play. Now Perkins, who's made one good save since he's come on at half-time with his feet, is now going to stand up Chesterfield, who's already scored today for Ripley. He's looking at the referee. As cool as you like.
Right,
Perkins makes the save.
Wonderful big hand from Dean Perkins.
Perkins is back.
I think you'd say justice done there. I think you'd have to say justice done there. The soft penalty, look at that. Big dive, minimal contact. And then the big man Perkins clapping him in.
A bit of a clap,
waiting for
him
him, and a big strong left hand.
I tell you what.
Bang.
Not probably as far as in the corner as Chesterfield would have wanted, but it was still an excellent save. Strong hand from Perkins, maintaining Bardon's 3-1 lead here. But Holden is now over the ball again. Crosses it in. And Marcus Teresi clears that one. I think hit him on the back of the head, and he's gone down. Matty Owens on the run, though. Or was it a head clash with Chesterfield? The referee has to, I'm afraid, pull that one back, which is to the chagrin of Matty Owen, who was breaking free. And he was on a big run there. McDermott was getting nowhere near him. Crack didn't feel like he wanted much of that one either.
Matty Owen a bit confused, ref making the right call there. As Coach McMillan makes his way out.
Well, just seeing Galt's foot, Ross, who's just showing it to some of the Ripley spectators, and it is whack, to say the least. That happened in the game. Your foot. That happened in the game.
Ryan just having a chat with the
so
opposing number 4, trying to do some recruiting for next year.
It's got his foot's absolutely black. Apparently it was from last week. The other card for McMillan, as in the coach. Interesting.
So he's told his assistants to stay on. He's gone out there with the water bottle and had a word with the referee, I think. Yeah, he's having a crack here.
Probably letting him know that the penalty was soft. A drop ball. Bardon were in possession.
Well, the number 8 for Ripley's arguing. I think he wants the ball for Ripley. Ref's explaining to him that Radio was about to score.
10 to go. We'll see Flino for the last 10.
Still warming up, isn't he? Be good to see him back. He's had a bit of a break. A nightmare for tiring defenders.
It goes to Owen.
And this
Ripley
is playing on.
Absolutely. Well, they're getting no option. They cut out the ball back. Stanley tries to get in there, and it's going to come to Perez. Can't quite get it out of his feet. Here's Giroulakis. Plays that ball forwards. Austin gets there. Here's Holden.
McMillan wants Teresi back on. Oh, no, he's lost it.
Oh, Chesterfield's pulled up there for the foul on Perkins.
No, I feel like he just lost his footing, Ryan. There's a bit of backspin on this, a difficult one right in between the back line and the box, and I feel like he's just slipped. Oh, maybe a little foul there, Ryan. I don't know. I think he's a bit hard done by.
Well, after that penalty where there was absolutely no contact at all, we'll take that one. Chesterfield looks a bit forlorn after that miss. He handballed it before that.
Yeah, it was a handball before the penalty and then a clear dive. So justice done with a big save from Dino.
And here is the flying Flynn Ovenden.
A few of his mates here watching today, looking to make an impact off the bench.
There's Gold. Tries to find Matty Owen. Sergio Madger and Giroulakis trying to hook up there in the middle.
Oh, good
Beautiful touch from Perez. No one out wide here for Bardon. Stanley had drifted inside and Perez couldn't find him.
Come on, Austin.
And that ball from Crack. Can't find Giroulakis.
Brass coming off on the far side. It's like a straight swap. Left midfield. As his mates give out a big cheer. Big last 8 minutes here for Ovenden.
It reminds me when Ryan Taylor makes onto the pitch for the over 35s.
Not quite as supportive though, the cheers.
Still
More
a
like
noise.
cheers.
It's still a noise from the clubhouse. Well, he's a fun and exciting player to watch, Flynn Ovenden, and if he gets a run today.
I would have thought a wide midfield position is
Here he
ideal
is.
for Flynn Ovenden, how good he is defensively. And I can see him already showing what he can do.
Crack steps in well though. Tyler Maffrey snaps in as well. Plays it out wide to Ben Stanley.
Nice
Bardon got
chance.
two in the middle. Stanley's going to think about what he's going to do. Plays it back to Matty Owen. He's stood up. And Dezenje does really well. Yeah, Bardon Latrobe corner.
You see, just breaks out here. Good ball from Mappry. Then he makes a run into the box, and all of a sudden it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box here. 4v4. As we say, the game's getting more spread. Decides for the cutback. Unfortunately for Bardon, Ripley able to deal with that.
Dezenje does well. Just wondering if Gail Gollo is still listening on the comms. Perhaps Jack Gollo can make contact with this corner, which have been fiercely whipped in today. Gold's going to do it today, and it's gone all the way back to Austin Boardman. Couldn't quite get it out of his feet, and it's going to be another corner for Bardon Latrobe. Always a little bit of a delay.
A few comments on the Facebook, Ryan. President Sam IC loving the return of Perkins.
I'd just love to see the president so involved, Ross.
It'd be good if he could turn up to a game, you know. But
Mappry whips again. We've seen two of these good ones so far, and Whitney stands up well to that one this time. It's that draw on his kick, Ross, or is it a fade?
It's a fade, Ryan. It's a fade. My daughter's going crazy on my wife's phone here, Ryan. Crazy. Just absolute hieroglyphics coming through. Big shout out to Sophie. I'll give you a big cuddle after the game, love.
Baylor's on. Vaughan's race is run. as we enter the last 5 minutes or so of the game, normal time. Away at AC Carina next week. Big game against the team flying.
Yeah, big last 5 minutes. Obviously a win here. Give us a bit more breathing room with the relegation zone. We start looking up the table and go to AC Carina with nothing to lose, and
Perez picks
4
that one
wins
up.
and 5 and a good performance against Yeronga.
Bit two. And here's Boardman. Sodoratis as well. Boardman again snaps in on Majidjarama. Didn't say it right that time. Here's Ovenden. Back to Boardman. Oh, Ozzy. Couldn't quite get that right. Looks like Weaver's got himself some dumplings. Perkins clears. Great save from Perkins from that penalty. Strong hand. Holland's going to have a crack here. That's going to be wide. It's going to go out towards the creek. So some big games coming up, Ross. We've got Hungary, Switzerland tonight at 11. Spain versus Croatia at 2 a.m. Sure you'll be up for that one. And then the aforementioned Italy. We're going to lose to Albania in a shock but somewhat predictable performance by the Italians in the first round of the competition.
Lose that and go on to win the tournament.
Absolutely. Boardman flicks on. Can't find Matty Owen. Chesterfield does well, and Teresi pulls his shirt.
A little battle there.
Teresi not happy, but definitely a pull on the shirt. Told to get back in position. Bardon trying to defend this 3-1 lead. As McDermott over the ball for Ripley. It's a high one. Perkins claims. Giroulakis has done well. Perez skips from Baylor. Finds Boardman. Perfect ball. Now Gold's got up. Here's Ovenden. Can he run into that space? Finds Owen. Owen's touch. Back inside. Here's Ovenden. Can't skip past McDermott as he tries to find Boardman. Here's Sujit Marja. Finds Chesterfield. He looks like he might score this one.
Oh, save.
Perkins again with the save.
Didn't quite catch it, did he? You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to curl it inside that post as he holds his hand in the hands. Chesterfield and back play.
Gold's overhit that one for Ovenden.
Ended up just chipping it, giving it a little bit too much air. We see the ball through here from that man. Great ball. And then you can see what he's trying to do inside there, but just gets a little bit underneath it. Perkins alive to it. Gets that big left hand out again.
Sujit Marja 1-2. Austin does well though, skips in. Nichols knocks it forward to Joe Perez. Put McDermott under pressure. There's Baylor. Stanley skips in well, wins that really well. Finds Owen. Owen's got Ovenden outside, but finds Perez. Forcing him a little bit wide, but should be able to get the cross in. Oh, and a wonderful header from Tejenze. Comes to Gold, who's had a few cracks today, Ross. Ovenden whips.
Oh, unlucky. It's a good ball.
And Whitney finds it and he throws out quickly to Holden. Mappery skipping in. Holden tries to find Giroulakis and it's Teresi who finds Ovenden out wide. Ovenden finds Boardman inside. Mappery now with a bit of pressure. Tries to find that ball out to Stanley. Does so really well. Stanley steps in, but Crack's going to clear. Stanley comes back across against Sodoratis. There's Baylor. Mappery stepping in again, though. Nichols. Sodoratis skips in. Sujit Marja is going to skip round Boardman, so I'm going to come to you, Ross, for our Man Cave Man of the Match. Tough one to pick, I'm sure, again, but probably...
Well, a few notable mentions today, Ryan. Obviously, Marcus Teresi with his first goal in forever.
Holden's going to flick this free kick in. Mappery and goal clear.
And a good battle with Chesterfield in defence, so he's had a really good game.
Here's Ovenden on a run though. He's going to skip all the way through. McDermott's going to put pressure on him, but Ovenden's shot's just a little bit wide, but that powerful pace and that breakthrough.
See the threat that Ovenden brings. You see the replay. He just picks up the ball inside his half. Get a shot away. It's a bit wide. So I think man of the match for me is going to be Joey Perez.
Excellent
Ryan
choice.
Up front, 2 good, well-taken goals. The difference in this game. He's looked lively, pressing from the front, and then took his 2 opportunities really well. So I'll play Joe Perez.
As Ripley still pressed, Sergio Maggio on the ball here. And Nichols gets it out. Absolutely right. I think 2 goals. Looking for his hat-trick. Got to pick him for man of the match. Perkins, great second half as well, including a penalty save, but plenty of candidates there again today. Even the informed Tyler Mappery. But here's Chesterfield, who's probably going to have a shot, I would say, Ross.
Oh, Teresi
Gets
does
out
well.
wide. And Perkins gathers that one as we now go into injury time. Don't expect to see too much. Perkins ball forward to Owens, a little bit inaccurate, and I believe our man's moved off the cricket pitch, Ross, and put a jumper on. He's going to get that ball for us, though. We're going to have to pay him the fee. Ball boy today. So away next week to AC Carina. As our little run of home games comes to an end, but a big one when we get back, Ross. Derby Day on July the 6th.
Oh, no way. Is it?
Certainly is.
Oh, we owe them one after.
And let's be honest, our worst result of the season by far.
Absolutely smashed 6-0 away from home.
It was a miserable evening at Walton Bridge for the Bardon faithful, as we succumbed to a 6-0 defeat in the rain.
Hoping to see Yoppie down here supporting the gap when we beat them.
See, he's qualified coach now, David McDonald, as Girolakis gets onto this one and tries to cross into the box, and Perkins is going to, as Perkins gets through it, we've got a bit of interest in broadcast here, maybe a potential future broadcaster here, Ross, for Bowman Park. As the dying seconds of this game, Bardon still looking to get forward. Zenze is going to take the throw in. What's a free kick, is it? Zenze looks to play that one forward. Stanley wins the header. Here's Holden. Skips inside. Josiah Perez is going to get back. Good defending from the man of the match. As Gullo clears.
Oh,
Crack loses that one.
worked out all right for him in the end.
McDermott base that midfield. And it's Teresi, the goal scorer, who clears. Gold getting forward. Desperately tried to get on the sheet today, Gold. Few efforts from fullback. There's Sajid Marja. Plays it out wide to Holden. Nichols stands him up. Does well. And completes the clearance. And that's full time. A 3-1 win here today for Bardon Latrobe. Comprehensive victory. It's going to push us a bit further up the league in terms of points.
Great win, Ryan. You can see some highlights here from a sunnier part of the game. The first opportunity, a good save here from Robbie Weaver, who was our first half goalkeeper, making sure it was 0-0, and then Bardon took the lead with a good whip ball in from Andy Gold. Ball bobbles around, falls to that man Teresi, who finishes
Fires
well.
it home.
And second goal at 1-2 here, the Brass. Matheson, a good cutback, first time bang finish.
Another
for
good
Perez.
finish from Perez.
Showing off his man of the match award.
This was the goal back for Ripley.
A little bit
Deep
disappointing
cross.
in this period of the game. Bardon fell asleep before half-time, conceded one just to let Ripley back in it. And then towards the end of the first half, Ripley a little bit on top, created a few more chances. This one going flashing across goal. Second half, though, I feel like it was mostly Bardon early on in the game. In the second half, Matty Owen showing his impact off the bench. Defenders got that all wrong, and Perez dispatches it.
Vaughan and
His
Perez
left
for the
foot this
second
time.
goal. This was the penalty, soft penalty.
Soft penalty after a handball. Ref gives it. Perko in goal there. Big
What a
clap.
save this is.
What a save, Soph. Watching the replay with me.
And that finishes 3-1 to Bardon Latrobe. Thanks to the stream team for their coverage today. Thanks as ever to Man Cave, our sponsors. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, a few weeks for the big derby against the Gap.
Every dog has its day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top two, I'm not a two. You let the pressure bother you, and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
They ain't coming close to me. Flow is on atomic, I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we ballin' out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring, don't try us. Ain't no in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice, yeah.
And I'm just getting started, get my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret.
All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
Oh, the hardest.